Where did they get that? Wait, no, go back. No way. I just went through that whole song and then they pulled that out for that.
Imagine being able.
What's up, everybody? It's SilverDollar. We're back in Silver Sanctuary with another review reaction, this time of the group ENHYPEN. It is their first album, Border Day 1. So I got a lot of comments in some of my previous videos where I did some reviews, reactions of their previous work. People were telling me to use the color-coded lyrics, so I'm definitely going to do that. I'm also going to go ahead and run through their discography from the beginning. So from their first album, I had people telling me that there is an interesting theme motif with their albums that is like vampire related stuff, so I'm sure that's going to be interesting. I am interested in checking that out, and I think they are a very talented group, so I expect to hear a lot of good sounds, a lot of good things in general over the course of what seems to be several albums, and they are very condensed albums. They're not bloated, so I know several of them have been like 6 songs, 7, 8 songs, so I expect much of the same here. Not a lot of nonsense. I expect it to be tight, cohesive, and then I'll be able to read the lyrics and follow along, and that'll enhance the listening experience for me as well, and probably for some of the viewers out there as well. So I expect this to be a good run as we run through this discography together, starting with the first album, Border Day 1. If you have any other artists or songs or albums out there that you might think I would like or I might not have heard yet, I definitely want to check those out. Leave a comment, let me know what you're listening to nowadays so I can do a review or reaction of those. We're going to jump into this first song on the album, intro, Walk the Line.
With the rugged woods at our back, we greet the sun. It shines in our eyes, an azure light, dwelling in breathlessness. We walk the long, drawn-out line that cuts across the vast land, because the world carved us on that line.
So first off, I would say one, I know that from compared to the album that I did a review on previously, I can tell that they do like to do their intros, like intros to the album. So they're like they use their first song as an intro. It's not really like a real song, you know, which there's nothing wrong with. I love intros in that sense. So I like that I can read and understand these lyrics more. I'm sure they're not 100%. There was a part in there that didn't have a translation in there, so I still don't know what that part means, you know. But I do like I can follow along more. It means more to me knowing what the general gist of what they're saying, juxtaposed to the instrumentation and stuff. So first song down, so far so good. Let's see how this elevates from here.
Wake up and then one 첫날의 아침 조명이 비춰 태양의 눈빛 그 빛이 날 불태웠지 그 빛이 날 눈 가렸지 뭐랄 건 now 꿈을 쫓아 dangerous 놀라 수많은 soul 수많은 door 질문의 숨통을 헤매던 너 어둠 속에 저 빛을 따라왔어
I like the voices. I do like that. I'm not sure if I noticed I don't think it did it on the previous song, but I do see it on here highlighting the different people that are singing at a time. I do like that too. They, for the most part, they sound, the same to me. Especially since, I mean, there are 7 of them. I'm sure there are multiple of them singing at one time for a lot of it. But I do like being able to see it. It makes me feel more immersed into the group. Like I'm understanding kind of what they're about, understanding more of the lyrics and the meaning behind them, and then being able to see who's actually singing at a time lets me see kind of the structuring of their band and what they do. So I am enjoying that part of it. I kind of like that. I kind of like that. Wait a second. That part, but also the vocal inflections. Ah. I can see why that's one of the more popular ones. I think that was definitely more of like the mainstream pop feel that I would expect from a group such as them. So, but that's enjoyable. I do like seeing the different people singing, and then just the general feel of what they're saying. I'm sure there's a lot of lyrics that go like fall through the cracks, get lost in translation. Some of what they said didn't quite make sense to me, but like that's kind of what you expect with translations in general. But that's it still adds and enhances the experience of listening, so that's fine. But we're gonna go to the next song here, "Let Me In," 20 Cube. I don't know what 20 Cube is.
I'll be your boyfriend, I'll be your boyfriend. Yeah, baby, let's go.
Did everybody sing that but one person? Did I see that right?
I'll be your boyfriend, I'll be your boyfriend. Yeah, baby, let's go. Sleep all night, you was on it all. Yeah, 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 yeah. Send me like a bitch up, putting boy, just how it all. Yeah, 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 yeah. 보수처럼 빛이 나는 너, 너, 너. 그곳은 너의 작은 것을 알. 들어가고 싶어 너의 세계속 그럼 이 길을 풀어봐. Rings 위로 그려봐. Things 맘을 알아봐. Tell it go, 말하라고. 내 그곳에 허락해줘. 우리 마치 like a moonlight. 함께하면 그런 good time. Going out like yeah, 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 yeah. 켜주는 너의 window. 살짝 헤맨 너의 midnight. Going out like
That was funny. So that's one of the lost in translation things. I mean, because I was reading it and I just saw the word Nemo and I was like, are they about like how does that play into what they're saying? And the sentence that they put it in didn't really make sense English wise. But hearing them say it, I can tell what they were saying was, my heart searches for you, finds you, whatever, like Nemo, like that. So I think that's kind of funny. That's one of the things. Reading it, it made no sense to me in the moment. But hearing it, I see what they were going for. So that's one of the things that gets lost in translation, but it's still good for it to be there.
Ready, rap, rap, bring it back. 어쩜 내가 너를 다치게 할지 몰라. Yeah, 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 yeah. 너의 완벽함을 깨뜨릴지도 몰라. Like your girl, 너의 세계. 진짜로 완벽해. 하지만 미쳐내. 말아줘, 봐줘. 그곳에 허락해줘. 나는 마치 like a moonlight. 함께라면 난 Baby, I'm in 속에 기쁨이 피어나. I can be the one for you for good. I can be the one for you for your boyfriend. I can be the one for you for good, baby. I'll be your boyfriend.
I kind of like that. That one, I feel like lyrically, that one is probably my favorite so far, just based on what they're saying. And I know that one is different. They mixed in more English and Korean, but I feel like that one just had overall the theme, the feel of the lyrics, what they were going for. That's stuff that I would like to hear in different other types of songs from other artists. So that kind of goes well with what I like to hear, like to read, I guess in this case. But I enjoyed that a lot in general, in its entirety. I think that's probably my favorite one so far on the album. Now we have 10 months.
이젠 다 컸는데 왜 자꾸 외치급해. 정말 컸다는데 oh yeah. 귀만 끈 게 아니야. 귀엽다 좀 하지 마. 그 웃음은 뭔데 고달게 될 거야. 강아지 취급하지 마. All day 내일부터 내가 널 지켜줄 거야.
So this just goes back to what I've said about them in previous videos. Their versatility it shines through in their albums, because this is the fourth song. I guess three if you don't include the intro, but four songs, and every one has a different feel. This one is a completely different feel from any of the other ones so far on the album. And they did this in the other album that I reviewed on my channel earlier. That it was one of like the third or fourth song. The middle of the album is a complete different switch up. It's a chill, slower paced, something to switch up the vibe of it. So I like that, and I do like that style of things. So this kind of catches my ear, gets me grooving a little bit. So let's keep this going.
All night, all night. 이제 내게 기대줘 말아. 이제 내게 기대줘 말아. 왜 웃기만 해 내 맘을 몰라줘. 이제 내게 기대줘 말아. 이제 내게 기대줘 말아. Still
I like the production on this one. It is a different style, like I said. I feel like this is probably my second favorite on the album so far. I like the way this switches it up. So that's pretty cool. Like I said, you need a good switch up every now and then. Flicker. This one I was on the fence about. I didn't know which way I went with it. I feel like it started off very strong as like a potential contender for my favorite on the album. But I feel like I wanted to see where they went with it, which direction, and it never really took off the way I wanted it to, which I mean it's fine, but every song won't do that. But there's I've said in the past as well, they have different ways that they can go with their songs. Just like their styles, they switch up their styles within a song a lot of times, so often that they can take a song many different routes. And in this particular one, I don't think they chose a direction that I would have gone with it. That's all. But I still like the song. It drops it to like third, on my list instead of potentially first. That's all. I'll be honest, after a while, I wasn't. What in the world? Where did he get that? Wait, no, go back. No way. I just went through that whole song and then they pulled that out for that.
Imagine being able
So I had to bring this back. I was about to say that I really haven't been listening or reading the lyrics as much for this particular song. I started off reading them, but I've mostly been listening to this one. This is one of the ones that I kind of like singing along with the Korean of it. I don't know. I don't really need the lyrics as much for this one, but I brought it back because they just dropped this hard outro on here. It was like a jazzy little like out of nowhere. I haven't heard anything like this from them. They don't do outros like this normally. I was not expecting that. That's the best part of the whole album to me. that just randomly popped up. Yeah, I never would have expected something like that from them. And maybe I'm wrong, but I don't remember anything like that. But this is definitely, like I said, another nice switch up. This changed my entire outlook of the song.
with our last deck.
All right. So now we have the outro, Cross the Line. All right, this is the 6th song on the album. It's only 6 songs. This is the last one, so let's see how they finish it up.
Cross this line into a new world. Evening shadows fall, and we must follow. As the night,
I want to start off by saying I'm disappointed because I know this is an outro and I feel like they're going to talk through most of it. But I love the way that instrumental started kicking in. I know it kind of sounds kind of cliche. It sounds like a circus, something. I can't really put my finger on it, but it sounds like something I've heard before, you know. But it sounds kind of good the way that it's slid in there. But I want to see what they do with it. And I hope they don't just talk over it and kind of like waste it, you know.
into a new world.
Mm.
Evening shadows fall, and we must follow. As the night, the day, we wait for our given days and sleep. What days may come, as the sun must rise again.
What was about to happen? I don't know why this is like turning me up so much right now. Like the first, that beginning little bell clock type of sound. I like that. I'll bring it back just so I don't sound crazy.
We dance across this line into a new world.
Like that gets it going. I like that. I'll let it play one more time.
Evening shadows fall, and we must follow. As the night, the day, we wait for our given days and sleep. What days may come, as the sun must rise again. Days never flit home.
Okay, so carnival. So it is supposed to sound like a carnival. I get that. I wish they would have done more with this though. Like this is so unique. I feel like their approach to it, I guess, I just wish they did something to like with some vocals over it, or like even more with maybe the instrumental, like something to get it going a little bit more. I just feel like what they have here is, I just want to hear more from it. And like they're about to start talking again, so I know they're putting more, like they're there with it, but it's just not quite enough for me. I want more from it, and it's a good thing because it sounds like it's about to do so much more than what I'm getting from it.
We're up the sound and down set. And life is worse than death, or wrong must survive. If I wake from dreamless sleep, may tomorrow begin like a dream.
If I wake from dreamless sleep, may tomorrow begin like a dream. Okay. So that was their first album, ENHYPEN, Border Day 1. I think I did one of their more recent albums the last time. So this being their first album, I think there's a pretty big, I want to say, disconnect between the two. You can see the transition, I'll put that way, or the progression, and that's not a bad thing at all. This one I feel like has more of what I expected from them to begin with, of that kind of like more poppy, not generic, but more mainstream appeal. They do have their own sound still. I feel like they are good at switching up their sounds and implementing different styles, so I like that. I feel like they have a good bit of potential. From reading just a little bit, apparently they have quite a few albums, so I expect to dive into those and hopefully see a good bit of transitioning throughout that. One of the things I do like in artists and bands is growth. So I like to see artist growth. So if this first album takes me all the way to their 10th album, and I get to see that progression throughout, that kind of does something for me, and I like to be there kind of for the journey, so to say. But in Hypen, so far, I mean, I'm pretty pleased with them. The fact that they keep their albums short, this one was 6 songs again, it makes it not super tedious to do a review of, and then they switch up their sound pretty frequently, so it's not something that gets boring, not something that I'll get tired of listening to. So we have more albums on the way. I will probably do another one for the next video, just so I can start really getting rolling on them and get used to listening to that sound. But if anybody else has any more albums or artists that I might not have heard, things that would be good for me to review or listen to, then just drop them in the comments and I will check those out. All right. Thanks for coming into the sanctuary. See you next video.